Well, it's a new day and we're still modelling. Try not to cough. I've done a little bit of investigating. The headlights on each end are not separately wired from the marker lights, so I can't unfortunately make them independently switchable. So I will be using front and rear headlights at this end instead of using all of the auxiliaries. So headlight number 1 end, headlight number 2 end, so that changes as it used to that direction, and I'll use the auxiliaries for the cab lights and the tail lights. The first wires I'm going to connect up are the battery box speaker, which I shall connect to speaker 1. First thing I'm going to do, there it is, on the solder, is to tin. Hopefully I won't get my head in the way too much today. I'm going to tin, keep everything out of the way, the 4 speaker pads. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's flowed lovely. The wires are already tinned. Might be worth using my tweezers to hold. Let's see. Just to make it easier for everybody to see. So lay it on there, apply the heat. That's 1. 2. So that is 1 speaker. So if I put that speaker there, I can just wire that up, easy peasy. So again, these wires are already tinned, which makes life a lot easier. Trying to do it without getting my head in the way and burning everything. There's 1. That's it. I hope you can see there. So speaker 1 and speaker 2. So we'll just move him out the way. What I'm now going to do is the track pickups. Actually no, I'm going to do the fan. So I'm going to snip the plug off. Bare the ends of the wire. Clean the tip. I can't see the solder for looking. And tin the ends of the wire. There's one, there's the other. I'm just going to put a little dab of solder on the fan negative and the fan positive. And we can attach the wire. Get a little bit of solder off the top that was stuck on the top of the iron. Just have a little bit too much solder, just trying to I'm not happy with how that is. If you look in, it's fine, but the wire sticks out the side a little, so I'm just going to redo that again. Just so it's neater. Got it beautifully, nice and neat. Nice, clean, tidy solder joint. So it's the fan connected up, speakers connected up. So lights. So front light, rear light, motor, track and track. And there we go. So we're now ready to connect up the front and rear lights. Now this is the negative side of the lights rather than the positive side, because the positives are all connected together up there. So we'll look at this board here and we'll work out which end is the positive headlight and which is the negative. So on the front light from this end, that end, there's the front, and the front light is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one up. Just got to get this board round the right way. This end of the board is the wrong end, so I want the front light this end for the number 1 end headlight end. So the front light is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th one up. Find a screwdriver that fits. A black wire there for some, that goes to the black of the cab light, which is we're going to use separately. This green goes to the front headlights, and we want to put that around there nicely, through there nicely. I can shorten that because it's a bit long. We'll give ourselves a little bit extra. We'll take a little bit off. This is so that we can have switchable tail lights. If you're going to do normal as per factory where the tail light comes on automatic and you use the switch, because we're going to end up bypassing the switch, we're just going to wire directly. If you were going to do it as normal, you would put one red on there and black. You will put on this front one the red light from this end, feed wire, and the headlight from that end, feed wire. And on the rear lights, which is reverse direction running, then you would have the headlight from this end and the tail light from that end. Then you have no switching lights, but I'm going to put tail lights on the auxiliaries, remember. So all I want for forward is the front headlight, reverse is the other headlight. So we're just doing headlights. So again, tin this wire. I hope it all makes sense. The only reason I'm wiring up the lights at the minute is because I'm just working along this board and it just gives me the room. So I'm just going to try and do this candidly. Onto there. Not enough solder. So just a little bit more solder. There we go. That's the front light. And obviously the headlight at this end is the other green wire from this end of the board. Which obviously you had for some unknown reason. Like a lot of these companies, they put the cab light on in the cab at the front. Well, as a driver, you don't drive with the cab lights on because you can't see anything outside. All you can see reflected on the inside of the windscreen is the cab. Right, so now we'll just reverse this one around here, give it a little bit extra wire, cut him off about there. I need new cutters. They're sort of more useful as strippers now because there's not a lot of straight cutting edge. So again, clean tip and tint. And that's that headlight. So that's the two headlights connected up on the board. Just going to snip off the extra bit there. There we go. So now we've got the motor plus and the motor minus. So we'll move that back here. So we have this orange wire on this end and this grey wire on this end. as one side, and because we've now got to put, so now we're going to connect the motor wires, but you need a grey and a red from one side, and a grey, well, orange, more of an orange than a red, and a grey and an orange from the other. I'm just going to pick these two as the motor plus and the others as the motor minus. And again, by keeping everything on the board, it may seem fiddly. Now I've lost my screwdriver. Oh, there it is. So orange wire from this end, and the grey wire from this end. So I'm going to cut him about there. And I'm going to cut this one with just a little bit of slack. About there. Strip a little bit off. Strip a little bit off. Twist the two together. Tin them together. And then try and solder them on together. Let's shorten that a little bit. And these two can go on the motor plus. Come back. Let's clean the iron. Let's try that again. That's got it. So now I'm just going to repeat that again with the other motor wires here. Now we have the track right to connect. Well, this being number one end, the front of the logo, these are left, these are right. So I now need to pick up the red and black wires from this side of the motor, pair them up, stick them on the track R, and the ones on this side, pair them up exactly the same as the motors and put them on track left. I'm not going to show you me soldering all of those, it's exactly the same. I'm moving down the board this way just to give me the room to get in with the soldering iron and get them all together. Once we've done that, we can actually put it on the test track in rolling road and see what it does to ensure that the wheels all go the same direction. Fingers crossed. Here we have it. The loco is on the rolling road. We've got the track connected, the motor connected, the negative of the headlights connected, so they're not working yet because we've only got the negative connected. The original board is just hanging over the back in the body shell of the logo, just to ensure we don't get any short circuits. So let's see how she goes. There's a good start, we've got sound. Horns. They work. Let's see if she moves in the same direction. It sounds like a 56. Anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise and anti-clockwise. Well, there's a bonus. Yep, so ensure when you connect the wires up on the motors, orange and grey from this side together and the orange and grey on the other side together. Don't put orange and orange and grey to grey together because then the motors will go the wrong way. So, all is good. Let's crank her up. This function, so F2 is active braking, so we'll apply the brakes and see how she comes to a stand. Slowing down. And stopped. That's a good sign. I like the active braking on the depot because you can drive control up to what you're stopping against if you're driving up to another loco or a set of buffer stops without actually just clouting into it if you overdo it a bit on the speed, which is what the 33 has an issue with. So on that one I have put the coasting rock pretty much down to 0, so as you wind the control knob down the loco slows down, but it's much nicer with the active braking, which the 60s and the shunters have got, so all is good. So the next video we'll connect up the rest of the lighting wiring, connect up the fan, put the body shell on, and then we can drive it about. Fingers crossed. See you shortly. Bye for now.